Oops, ignore that. Okay. And now for the bit that I was gonna start with today. Did you guys get that? Did you guys get that? Did you guys understand that? Let's see. Cuckoo the Door says, Meow Meow and May update. Meow Meow was fucking ignoring her mama today. Her mama being me. Meow Meow was ignoring me for like 2 hours this morning. And then finally, like just about 30 minutes ago, of course, when I have to start using, of course, after I'm about to start getting ready for stream today, of course the cat's suddenly like, actually, I do love my mama. And so Meow Meow was like snuggling me for the last like 20-30 minutes. But then I had to go, all right, fuck you, and leave. MGamer says, using 2D model today. Oh no! Oh no, guess what I forgot? Oh no, guess what I forgot to do today? Hey, you know who's stupid? Me. I totally forgot that I use my 3D model on Sundays now. Wow, okay, yeah, oops, my bad. For some reason, it wasn't even a thought in my mind to turn on my, it genuinely was not a thought in my stupid numb skull to turn on the 3D model. Totally my bad. That's on me being an idiot. MGamer says, no throwing the nun today, it seems. I mean, I could, hello? Thanks. I could turn on the 3D model if you guys want. I'm more than happy to do so. I'm just genuinely an idiot, and I forgot that I stream with my 3D model on Sundays. My dumb little brain was like, la la la, I can't wait to log on stream and see my friends. And then I just instantly forgot. I'm sorry, Oreo, you can't throw me. I'm not using the 3D model right now. And it's solely because I'm stupid and I forgot to. It's okay. We'll refund you those points. Okay. So, dude, I'm stupid. I guess I'll go turn it on. Totally my bad. Totally my bad. Also, welcome to the Church Trillionaire. Thank you very much for being here. Punish Next says, hi, it's me knocking to tell you that root beer's delicious. Also, how fucking dare you come into my stream and you tell me that you find root beer delicious? How fucking dare you? So, also, welcome to the church. Kiwi Q. I hope you're having a good day. Welcome in, welcome in. Zico Scars Dragon says, did you see what I got today? Yes, you got a big old fat PC. Hell yeah, baby. Happy to see that you've upgraded your life in such a way. Let's see. MGamer says, root beer is delicious, you crazy nut. It's bad. It tastes bad. And in the comments of that post, people get being like, well, elaborate. Explain. Why do you think root beer yucky? I don't know, man. Sometimes things just taste yucky. Do I really have to have an explanation for everything? Sometimes things icky. That's okay. Baron says, I just got done changing the air filter in my car. It's hot as fuck out there. Good, dude. Good job, King. So sorry you had to be outside. But glad you have a new air filter in your car. Hell yeah. Punish Nick says, stop! Stop it! Punish Nick says, no, you, motherfucker. Razor says, I'm gonna be going out tonight here in a bit. Gonna be heading to some drinking place tonight. Might get myself something to drink. Ooh, yummy! Get yourself something yummy and pineapple-y. For me, please. Put it away! 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 Speaking of which, I went to So last night I had to kind of rush off of stream kind of quickly because I wanted to try out a new restaurant, or not a new restaurant, but just a restaurant that we had never been to before.
Hi.
And that shit was yummy. I had some fish last night, and it was the softest sashimi I've ever had in my fucking existence, and it was delicious. What did you guys do for this weekend? What did you guys do over the weekend? What are you guys doing today? Do you guys have any Mother's Day? Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Stop! 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 Why? Oh, you people hate me, don't you? Tenji Pickle says, oh, hi, Tenji Pickles. Welcome to the church, and also thank you for following. They said, I bought a cactus. Oh, shit, you got a cactus? It's just like you're in the desert with me, dog. Hell yeah. I don't have any cactuses. I probably should own a cactus, given that I live in the desert, but I just got a regular-ass bush. Just regular-ass bushes. M. Gamer says, we had an early Mother's Day dinner at Texas Roadhouse. I've still never been to Texas Roadhouse. It's like such a popular restaurant, and I still haven't gone, solely because I'm stupid and I never think about it. Deja Pickle says, I live in Canada. Least common area that I would see a cactus in, I think. Princess Day says, I got my mom some new earbuds, and I wrote her a handmade card for Mother's Day. Dude. So you know how I was sending out handwritten letters to my community for a while, which I'm still planning on doing this year. I just need to order some cards when I have some free money. But I realized I fucking suck at writing cards. Maybe it's because me and my family were not really sentimental, we're not sentimental towards each other. I'm a very sentimental person, but that's kind of saved for my friends and my partner and stuff. I do not write cards to my family. It just does not happen for some reason. Holy shit, what's going on over here? Oh, goddamn. Hello, welcome everybody. Hello to the Tireless Cosmic Raid. I hope that you guys are having a fantastic day. Hi everybody, hi. How was your stream, Tireless? I hope you are doing very well, and happy Mother's Day to anybody who celebrates Mother's Day. I hope you're having a lovely weekend. Why, thank you. I hope that you are having a fantastic weekend as well. I normally would be using my 3D model, but I totally forgot that it's Sunday, and I use my 3D model on Sundays, so I'm stupid. But how was your stream? What were you streaming? I hope that you are doing fantastic. If it's your first time into my church, my name is May. I am a heavy metal singing nun. I released my first original song called Deliverance. Brainrot just sent it through in the chat. And I released my first original song last month, so if you can't stick around for the stream today, do consider checking out the first ever original song. And if not, no worries. Today is just a Sunday sermon. We're just yapping, talking about some bullshit. And that's about it, to be honest. Welcome in, everyone. I hope that you guys are doing positively fantastic. How are you? What are you doing? Twitchbot says, damn it, I yeeted May in vain. I can still turn on the 3D model. I'm just stupid, and I forgot about doing it. And then I just started talking anyway, so... ear. It's on me for being an idiot. Don't worry too much about it. Anyway, what the fuck was I asking you guys? How was your weekend? How are you doing? I hope that you guys are doing fantastic. Fill me in on what happened on your weekend. I went to go get some yummy dinner yesterday with my friends, and we ended up at a pool bar. And, okay, I've been an adult for several years now. I'm 27, but I don't do a lot of very adulty things. I prefer to kind of just go to cafes and go to do, I don't know. I go to cafes and eat food and do crane games or things like that, you know? I don't really do a lot of very adulty things despite me being 27 years of age. And yesterday I went to a pool bar. Takahiro Okami says, "You're an adult?" Yes. Do I not seem like an adult? Hello? But, I went to a pool bar last night, and I'm realizing, that the more I go out and I kind of do very adulty things, that my perception of what things actually are, we're in my head, I have this idea about bars and pool bars and nightclubs and things like that. And the more that I go out and I experience these interesting kinds of things, I realized that I actually had no fucking idea what any of these places are actually like. What's happening? Whoa, my holy, welcome to the church, Tylus, Skyzime, Sunshine Jesus, Chen Fum, Nick Rintaro. Thank you all very much for being here, and I hope that you are all having a fantastic day. Honey Chan says it's a new era. Clubbing and bars are so boring. And you're totally right. But I live in Vegas, so this kind of thing, when you live in Vegas, it's kind of naturally assumed that you would be experiencing all of these things. And for me, I don't know, it's just because I've been a fucking weeb my whole life. I've never really gone out of my way to experience adult life. So we went to a billiards pool. I don't even know what the actual name is. But we went to a pool playing bar last night. And in my head, I always had this kind of idea of like the swirling mists. The swirling mists of smoke clogging the air and cloying all of your senses. And everyone in there would be like cool and wearing big fucking leather jackets and being sick as hell. But in the pool bar last night, everyone was just kind of like a normal fucking person. Like people just wearing like shorts and t-shirts, playing pool with their friends and drinking a beer. And I don't know. I don't know if it's like a very sheltered ex-Catholic thing to like always, whenever I go to like adult spaces, I realized I'm always a little bit inherently scared. Not because there's anything for me to fear, but because there's just like an idea in my head of like everyone there is going to be so much more adult and so much more fucking cooler than I am.
Hi.
And then it turns out that everyone there is just also wearing like shorts and a t-shirt. Like, I don't know. I feel like such... Maybe it is my Catholic upbringing that's doing this to me, but I really can't help but feel like, how do I say this? in a non-stupid way. It's just been really hitting me lately how little I feel like I really know about adult life. Because I just do this all week. I stream 4 nights a week. I do this most of the time, and then I sing on my nights off. And, like, that's it. I don't really go out all that much. So I'm realizing, like, my idea of what adult life is actually, like, nothing like what these bars and places are in reality. And I'm sure some of the big-ass nightclubs here in Vegas, like Omnia and Tao Beach Club and the Encore Beach Club, all of those, like, really fancy, popular, big-name bars, I'm sure that those are probably, like, what you would think they would be like in the movies and such. But not these regular-ass pool bars that I went to. Let's see. Honey Chan says, clubs used to have dress codes, TBH. That's another... Okay, I get really overstimulated in loud places, so I have never really been to a nightclub. But also the idea of a dress code... The idea of a dress code, like, freaks me out. I have this mental image in my head. It's like, if I ever decide to go to a nightclub, I don't think I would. But if I ever did decide to go to a nightclub, what if I go and I feel like, yeah, I'm wearing the coolest fucking outfit that anyone... Hold on, let me put on a better outfit. I rock up. I'm like, yeah, everyone's gonna love my fucking outfit. I'm gonna be the coolest fucking person at this nightclub. And then I roll up, and then they point at me, and they go, boo! We hate your fucking pussy! Leave this nightclub, for you are wearing an abashedly horrid outfit. And I don't know, the idea of being persecuted for wearing a ranked-ass shirt. Yeah, exactly. That's what I feel like that would happen to me. I feel like they would just go, boo, we hate your fucking pussy. And I don't know why they're British in my nightmares, but they are. And then I have to go, they hate my pussy, I have to leave. I feel small and tiny and stupid forever. Princess Nate says, I'm 36 and I still don't know how to be an adult. And in all honesty, you're real as fuck for that. You're real as fuck for that. I don't know how to be an adult either. Let's see. Honey Chan says, by dress code, though, it means, like, no sweatpants, wear heels, etc. But still, what if they point at me and they tell me that they hate me? Oreo says, Oreo must skedaddle. Bye, see you later, Oreo. Thank you for hanging out while you could. I appreciate you for being here. Ow, ow, ah, 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 Who did that? Was it Truckin' or was it Brain Rot? Which one of the mons decided to pelt me with literally everything in the world? Oh boy. Cookie Floor says, do I get a refund for wet? Yes, you can get a refund. Punish Next says, who reset redeems? Dude, I don't know. But it was funny. Speaking of which, since so many of you are currently redeeming like the 3D stuff, I will hit you guys with the BRB screen for literally like 10 seconds as I load up my 3D program. I feel really bad that you guys are all redeeming the 3D stuff and I'm not wearing the 3D model. I'm supposed to be wearing the 3D model today. I usually do on Sundays. I forgot because I'm stupid. I'll turn on the 3D model. I'm loading up the programs right now. And then I just have to switch a couple of things over in Shoost. And I will be right back. Well, okay, hold on. Rit says, chat, she's leaving us for 10 seconds. We're abandoned. Not true. Not true. I would never abandon you. Because, you're already a member of my church, and you're here forever. Yay! Zio says, hi, May, it hurts to breathe, but I got to hang out with my mom today. Oh, no! I hope it's not any sinus or illness issues, Zio. I sincerely hope that you are, feeling okay very, very soon, and I'm glad that you had a good Mother's Day with your mom. Zio says, May's leaving? No, I'm not! I forgot to use my 3D model today. I'm supposed to be using my 3D model, and I totally forgot. And also, my tracking is gonna turn off, because I'm switching over to iFacial mocap instead of VTube Studio. Studio. Okay. All right. I'm going to fix my things real quick. I'll be right back. I'll be in the 3D model in literally just a second. I'm back. See, don't worry. I forgot to turn on the 3D model, but I'm still available. Hey. Hi. I promise. I only forgot momentarily, but it's okay. I'm here to stay, and I can rotate all day, baby. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Thanks. Thanks, man. I really appreciate being thrown around all the time. Twitchmon says, hi, Beck. I'm Twitchmon96. You know what? I appreciate the fact that you're willing to joke around with me. Thank you for your joke. Also, welcome to the church, Studio Peony Imperial. What a nice name, actually. I hope that you're having a nice day. Let's see. Oh, thanks. I was so thirsty. Thank you for saving me. So that guy says, hope you're doing well. I am doing well. Thank you. So I went to a pool bar yesterday, and then after I went to that is it billiards or is it billards? I don't fucking know shit. You think I know anything in this goddamn world? Anything. After I went to the pool bar, we went to get like sashimi at this really lovely place. And then after we went to karaoke, and I haven't been to karaoke. I haven't been to karaoke since like October when I went to karaoke with some friends in San Diego, and I'm realizing I have a lot of weird like traumas that I should have really moved past, and I just didn't ever for some reason. Like I went to karaoke with some friends last night, and I went to karaoke with some other friends back when I was like 18 or 19, and they all looked like miserable the entire time because I go karaoke. I want to sing when I do karaoke. And everyone there looked like miserable. And then after we went to karaoke, one of my friends was like, "Hey, we think you were singing too much," and then and nobody else wanted to sing because you were singing too much. And so ever since then, I've really tried not to go to karaoke too much because I didn't want to. I don't know. I didn't want to make it seem like it was the me show. I didn't want to be like. I just didn't want to make it an uncomfortable environment for everyone else. And then like the last like 3 or 4 times I've gone to karaoke with like random different friend groups, they pretty much will like ask me to sing, and it's like really nice. Like I went to karaoke with Truckin, who actually just said that in chat. I went to karaoke with Truckin like on Monday, last Monday, when he was in town for Magic the Gathering convention. And then I went to karaoke back in October with some friends when I visited California with Church IT Tech. And the whole time people were like, I don't know, like everyone was just like really nice to me. And I'm realizing a lot of things lately where it's like I've let the idea of people like finding me annoying or finding me being too much. And I think it's thanks to what I'm doing on Twitch, but I've noticed lately that like I've had a lot of fears about being too much for people or being too annoying or being too in everyone's face or trying to make everything seem like it's the May show, you know? But I'm realizing that I really don't have to worry about that thing because the people in my life that actually like me and want me to be around are gonna be nice to me. They're not gonna tell me to shut the fuck up after like a party or a karaoke outing or something. And it's I don't know, it's kind of nice to be coming to that conclusion, I guess. Not to say that other friend group didn't like me or anything, but I'm realizing that like when you are the right fit for people, you will feel like you're more allowed to be yourself. And I feel like I'm a lot more able to be more myself. And I think it's thanks to a lot of you guys on Twitch that have really helped me blossom as a person. So, thank you. Thank you guys for always being so nice to me and sometimes mean to me because it not only keeps me humble, but it is improving my self-esteem. So, thank you, everybody. Yay! I'm going to say this is the May show. It is my Twitch. You are correct. In a way, you are right. Takahiro says, I don't know, you got a smart-ass friend like me. Fair enough. Let's see. Oh! I dropped my thingy, my controller. Let's see. Twitch one says, May, you are annoying. Annoyingly cute. I mean, maybe you like to be annoyed, and maybe that's why you're here. Maybe all of you just really love being annoyed from time to time. Let's see. Okami says, I need to send May that new album that just came out. Ooh, I would love to hear. Okami says, that's why you answer so late. Yes, I didn't get home until like 1 a.m. last night. I split from stream lickety split at like 6:30 and I was out from like 7 to 1. I am not built to be out from 7 to 1. And when I was driving on the streets at 12:30 a.m. trying to get back home, there was a lot of cars on the streets out still, and I kept being like, damn, go the fuck home, everybody. Why are all of you out here? I'm supposed to be the only person still awake right now. Yusun says, oh, nah, that's wild hours. Yeah, a little bit. Yuspo says, new model? I showed this model off at the end of March as my last birthday surprise for my birthday surprise month. But I am going to be releasing another outfit for my live 2D model very soon. I don't know what day yet, but very soon. Keep your eye out. Let's see. Warlock says, it's Mother's Day. Everyone out. Well, not everyone likes to celebrate Mother's Day. So maybe everyone here has already celebrated their mothers, can't celebrate Mother's Day, or just doesn't want to. In which case, hell yeah, brother, good for... I hope that everyone can still enjoy their day, regardless of your relationship to Mother's Day. Me personally, I went out to buy some flowers for my mom, some orchids, because for some reason I forgot that she liked orchids until I literally saw them at the store yesterday, and I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna get my mom some orchids, and so I did. I picked up some orchids for my mother, and I'm gonna take her to Chili's, I think. She said that she just wants to go somewhere chill, like Chili's, so I think I'm gonna fucking go to Chili's tonight. Let's go. Triple dipper mind control. Triple dipper mind control. All right, sorry. Rit says, you're almost 30. Going out till 1 a.m. is a young folks game. And 30 isn't young? Do you not think that I can enjoy myself despite pushing my 30s? How dare you? D-Time says, May, will you be my second mom? Well, I don't know. I don't really think I'm mommy material, to be honest. I think I'm more gooba material than mommy material. It really depends on the angle that you look at me from. Because I feel like I like to position my model like this. You know, looking at me from the upper angle. From this, very much gooba material. But from this angle, I find a lot more people feel a little bit more inclined to call me mommy. Which, I don't know how comfortable I feel with that yet, as I'm only 27, and I'm not emotionally equipped to be another. So maybe try to find another mother. Hi. Welcome to the church, my milkers. Thank you. I also enjoy some good milkers. See? The witness is right here. I love looking at milkers. Anyway, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you for joining our church. Let's see. Zero D says, good job. What? My tits? Thank you. I grew them myself. I don't know. I don't think that I'm really deserving of being called mommy. I think I've thought about it a lot, you know? Truckin says, go, go, gaga. I want to go suck on some titties. Go, go, gaga. I thought about it a lot, though, especially when I was making my VTuber model, my VTuber concept back in the day. I really thought hard about, like, what kind of character I wanted to be. As all of you know already, IRL, I'm 4'11", I'm a purple-haired little Latina bitch, like, and I'm very quiet and reserved. So I wanted May to be, like, the exact opposite of how I actually am. Really tall, beautiful, long, winding legs. You know, like, I wanted May to be the opposite of everything that I am. And then, so when I started, like, VTubing, I really wanted to go for kind of, like, a sexy mommy persona. But then I realized my natural speaking voice does not really indicate sexy mommy. Like, at all. If anything, more people say that I sound like I come from the East Coast. Which, I'm not from the East Coast. For some reason, I just talk like I am. But I think I'm too goober to be mommy. I think I'm too silly and goober of a little guy to be a mommy. I don't know. What do you think? I think that I'm kind of baby, not gonna lie. Zero Deed says, good job. Rose Bloodthorn told me to say that. Hey, good job is fine. I would be happy to be told a good job from time to time. It's more of when people call me the forbidden thing. The forbidden thing that nobody's allowed to call me. That's when I get upset. D-Time says, my VTuber model is male, but I will be including a massive kahunas toggle. As you should. As you should. Everyone should have a massive titties toggle. It's simply a fact of life. Where titties are, everyone's gonna show up. Everybody likes to look at some nice titties from time to time. Ain't no problem about that. Demetriuscu says, short. And? What's the issue? What's the problem with being short? There's a lot of problems with being short, actually. But from an outsider's perspective, if you're taller, then what really is the problem? I don't know if you have the right to respond. Rit says, when I think of May, I think of a gremlin. I I'd like you to at least think I'm a little bit better than a gremlin. Let's see. Jugga says fake Latina. I don't know how to tell you this. I was still born to a Mexican mother.
Hello.
Let's see. Darius
Hi.
the First says, "Yo, I found you out from your TikTok of why you hate EDM, and I gotta say, I feel you. A fellow brother in arms whose parents thought they were being subtle, but were actually being the furthest fucking thing from subtle, and I have to deal with the emotional pain of knowing my parents were fucking all the time whenever I was home. Yup." Thank you, King. I'm glad someone here feels my pain. Let's see. Twitch one says, nay, look at Masamune Kun's Revenge. The mother will surprise you. Okay, hold on. Let me Google it. Masamune Kun no Revenge Mom. Is it Asai who's the mom? She looks nice. Wait. Who the fuck is the mom? Is the... what are you talking about? Who's the mom? Darius the First says, yes, I found my place. Yay! Good to see you, Darius. And also welcome to the church. Thank you for being here. Yay! Let's see. Darius says that volume do be on 300%. I'm sorry. I have realized that my sound alerts are kind of loud. I'll try to turn them down slightly. I don't know if that will help, though. For some reason, they're very loud. I've tried to fix them. They're just quite loud. Yish Boy says your dad was laying down that Omni dick then. I would rather kill myself than to think about that further. Thank you. Yusen says, no, the point and laugh needs to be full volume. I've tried. Okay, give me half a second. A lot of people have redeemed Sippy Check, and I didn't do the Sippy Check, so let me take a couple of good swigs of water real quick. All right, thank you. I have taken my Sippy Checks. T-Time says, welcome to the church where heavy metal is on, EDM is out, and the basement is haunted by a disembodied voice that tries to sell you quickly with car insurance. Shut the fuck up! What are you even laughing at me for? I didn't do anything that warrants being laughed at besides being a beautiful little lady. What the hell? Dimitriescu says, Bay, how good of a villain could you be? As a person, not very good, because I cry whenever I have to think about being a little bit too harsh with somebody. But back when I did musical theater, I tend to have a very loud belt, and so that landed me a couple of villain roles back when I did do musical theater. So if I have to play a villain, I could do it pretty well. But if I had to actually be mean to someone, no. I don't think I could be an actual villain very well, but I could sing a villain's role pretty well. Like I was Ursula in Little Mermaid musical, back when I did like community musical theater, like a junior community musical theater, for like kids and stuff. But D-Dum says, may quickly do some evil. The first thing I could think of is some tax evasion, maybe. Would tax evasion qualify me as evil? I don't know. I'm kidding. I'm too afraid to break any laws. Welcome to the church, Smoke-Stained Scales. I hope that you're having a good day. Welcome in. I hope you are here. Yeah. All right, not I hope you are here. You literally are here. I hope you are enjoying being here. Omobat says, hello, mother. You're so 3D today. Well, all right. So long as you're calling me mother and not mommy, I feel like that's a little bit more acceptable because nuns can What the hell? 2 in a row? What the hell? Anyway. T-Time says, that's not exactly evil. That just makes you a criminal. Well, all right. Maybe my moral compass relies a little too squarely on the good to be bad, but I'll try. Kami says, who's a good mommy today? Yes, you are, May. Stop! 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 I hate it. Darius says, well, I mean, most criminals are evil, so yeah, you have a point with that one, I guess. Where's up? He says, good mommy. Shut up! Stop calling me that. It was a mistake to stream on Mother's May. God, what was I gonna say? What the fuck was I gonna talk about? Christ. Anyway, somebody did ask, what are we doing on today's stream? Today is just the Sunday sermon where we just talk about bullshit and we have some laughs and some gaffs. We're not really gaming or anything today. The Sunday sermons are just for me and you to talk about whatever the fuck we goddamn feel like. So feel free to get yapping on whatever topic you're interested in, because I will happily yap about literally whatever so long as I'm yapping with you guys. Yay! Let's see. Mo says, looking radiant as always. You don't have to flatter me such. If you wanted to see my nun back, all you had to do was say so. Let's see. Omabaz says, how are you 3D though? Any form of tracking? I don't have full body 3D tracking yet. I'm working on it. I'll try to get some 3D tracking by like the end of the year, maybe. I just have to finance some other things first, so I'll get there eventually. Hi. Let's see. Darius says, oh yeah, happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. Exactly. If any of you happen to be IRL MILFs, happy Mother's Day. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Dimitri Rescue says, I'm picturing May as a genuine cackling villain who uses Coley magic as a weapon. God, I wish magic was real. That would be awesome. I would love to be able to just be like, testicular torsion to my fucking CEO. Let's see. Rit says, have you recovered emotionally from 358 by 2 days? It was really good. I really liked 358 by 2 days. I really like Kingdom Hearts in general. I'm pretty attached to the series already. Also, welcome to the church, Jack Off the Beanstalk. I'm not sure if you mean jack off the beanstalk, like you're jacking off the beanstalk, like you're trying to get the beanstalk to, I don't know, spread its seed, or if you are just off of the beanstalk and you're literally Jack. But I won't ask to... Thanks. I was quite thirsty. Let's see. Conquistador says, my wife will be a mommy in August. Wow! Happy preemptive Mother's Day to your wife. That's wonderful! Yay! But no, yeah, right now, I'm just using toggles, and I'm doing my best to, like, toggle through things enough to still look like I'm in a decent amount of motion. I'm just trying my best to be smart with how often I'm cycling through all of the various different toggles, to hopefully make it seem like I'm being active enough. I work really hard on these. Let's see. Warsop P says, I just landed back on Earth because I just spent over an hour and a half in space because the concert I went to was so fucked up and psychedelic and just absolutely amazing. One of the best performances I've ever seen in at least 1,000 over the years. Acid Mother's Temple. That sounds like so much fun. I'm glad to hear that you had such a wonderful time. There is a metal, there's a metal visual K band. They're called Jiluka. They are going to be in Vegas very soon. I haven't bought my tickets to the show. It's 26th May, and I should go. I just keep not buying my tickets because it's on a goddamn Tuesday. And one, I usually stream on Tuesdays. So like, you know, but also two, do I really want to go to a 7 p.m. concert on a Tuesday when I have to work the next day? I don't know. Kind of sounds like a pain in the ass. I'm going to go back to work that following Wednesday and be like, oh my God, I'm so tired. I want to die. So I don't know. I do really want to see the show, though. Well, I just can't decide. For your fucking kneecaps, baby. Me! Yay! Let's see. Mo Nandy says, I will never... Oh, sorry, Mo. Mo says, I will never get over how incredible the expressions on your 3D model is. Thank you. I'm very glad that you like them. It makes me happy to hear you say such nice things about such nice things about it. Studio Peony Imperial says, but is she Luca though? I know. I do want to, but I work in corporate. I work at corporate and I have like 7 a.m. meetings almost every day. So I don't know. Like I want to, but if I go to a concert at 7:30 p.m. knowing that I have 7 a.m. meetings the next day, I'm going to hate myself like crazy. Also, hi DBS Gunner! Thank you! I hope that you had a fantastic stream. How was your day? What were you streaming? And I hope that you are doing positively fantastic. It's good to see you. Let's see, Twitchmon says, May, you will be forgiven if you decide to go to a concert. Well, thank you. I appreciate all of you forgiving me. I do want to go to the concert. I'm just being a little back and forth about it. I haven't quite decided on whether or not I really should go. But I don't know. How was your stream, DBS Gunner? I hope that you are doing fantastic. And how is your day going? Happy Mother's Day. Let's see. Warsaw Pia says, why so weak? Metal is not for weaklings. The suffering just makes it better. That's a good point. Thank you. Thank you, Warsaw Pete. You're right. I shouldn't be a little bitch about it. And literally he did just say, you're being a little bitch. Fair enough. I can understand when I'm being a little bitch about things. Thank you. Mischief says, hi, hello. How are you today? Hope that you are doing fantastic. Welcome back to the church. I hope that you are doing well. Good to see you, friend. Let me see. DBS Kidder says, I sadly don't stream, but I did want to do a support raid because it's the thought that counts. Understandable. Well, thank you anyway. The thought does indeed count quite a lot. I hope that you are doing fantastic. What else did you guys do this weekend? What else have you guys been up to? I told you guys about my day yesterday and how it's making me realize that I had a lot of a different idea about adulthood, and it's only really hitting me in my late 20s for some fucking reason. Probably because I don't go outside enough and I'm a stupid little weeb that likes to spend all day inside. Give me a second. Thank you, Twitchmon, again for the sippy check. I'm sorry. I had a total brain fart, whatever. I'm not going to talk about frauding. Okay, water. Okay. There is something, while I wait for you guys to chat about your weekends, there is something that I did want to talk about. So, last night at karaoke, one of my friends was singing a couple of Dance Gavin Dance songs. And it made me think of, like, how pretty much most of the Dance Gavin Dance is a kind of like punk alt rock band that, unfortunately, all of their lead singers, for some reason or another, they end up being kind of bad, and they've been through like 3 lead singers at this point, 3 or 4. I can't quite remember, but it made me think of like, what are some other bands or acts or artists that you guys know of that have like a weird kind of curse like that? I don't know, just kind of interested in that sort of topic, because that's like the only band that I could really think of that seems to have like a weird curse following them, where all of their vocalists end up being shitty fucking people. Also, thank you for looking through my merch and stuff. Oh, speaking of my merch and stuff, I did my UwU Market collection has now been fully funded thanks to all of you guys. So thank you so much for liking my silly little stuff. There's 3 hours left on the campaign, but it's fully funded, and that means that I will most certainly be getting a titty mouse pad in the future. So again, thank you all of you for being invested in the silly little merchandise and stuff that I release. It means a lot to me. Yay. Let's see. Warsaw P says, I spent over half a day trying to unclog my kitchen drain. Finished at 11 p.m. God damn. What the fuck are you pouring down your drain every day? Are you pouring bacon grease down your drain all the time? Every day? Because that's like the last thing that they tell you to do. Let's see. Yes Boy says, May, I like the strings in your throat. The what? The strings in my throat? Are you talking about my chains? My necklace chains? Is that what you mean? I have no idea what you mean by the strings in my throat. Also, hello, Scar. Hi, Ghost Triton. Hello, guys. How are you today? I hope that you guys are having a fantastic Sunday, and it's lovely to see you all. Hello. Thank you so very much for being here, my friends. Let's see. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, I just started a new topic. I wanted to talk about like cursed bands. Are there any random bands that you feel like have a weird curse upon them? Warsaw P says Vulvodenia, a slam deathcore band from South Africa. They got 2 vocalists back to back who did some bad shit. And honestly, I feel that. I think vocal cords was meant. Oh, like my voice? Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I don't know if you mean my talking voice or my singing voice, but either way, thank you. And I'm sorry I just hiccuped in the mic. Sorry. I do think my voice is a little tired from doing karaoke for like 3 hours straight, but I still had fun. It was worth it. Let's see. Let me see. Sorry. There's another thing that I was kind of thinking about too because of karaoke last week. Or not last week, last night. It's weird also kind of like thinking about just how much time keeps passing. Another one of my friends was also singing a lot of Panic at the Disco, and I realized, like, oh my god, I was like 6 years old when this song came out. Like, it's just crazy. It's just crazy thinking about the passage of time and literally having grown up with things for your whole entire life. And you never even really register how old it is until you put that kind of thought to work. And you go, when did this song come out anyway? Oh, 2006. Got it. Let's see. Where's up pieces? I will pour bacon grease down your throat. But whoa, hey, what? Why are you threatening me? I was just asking you what the fuck you're pouring down your drain to break your drain. Damn. But seriously, it's the first time it happened in this apartment. I've lived here since 2008. Well, I'm sorry that you had to go through so much effort to fix your sink. But I hope you're doing all right. I hope you're able to fix your sink well enough. Bowtie says, I don't know any bands off the top of my head like that, but as a theater nerd, the Macbeth curse comes to mind. Oh, for sure. I love little urban myths like that, too. If you guys don't know what, like, the Macbeth curse is, there's a musical theater, kind of urban legend of sorts that, like, if you perform Macbeth or you say Macbeth in the theater, outside of, you know, the confines of, like, the script and your rehearsals, then you will become cursed or something cursed will happen, like, on the set. It was even a thing at my high school as well. Before I quit the theater program in my high school, somebody did say, like, Macbeth, and then they, like, twisted their ankle in PE, like, 2 weeks later. And it spooked out all of the kids in my theater program back in the day. It's an interesting little urban legend like that. I always find things like that very fascinating as well. Where's up pieces, by the way, vulvodynia is some sort of disease of the vulva, I think, which checks out for slam deathcore. That does indeed check out. Smokestain Stales says, your model is absolutely gorgeous and your vibes are immaculate. I'm loving it here. Yay! I'm glad you think something so nice even about it being your first time here. Thank you very much for deciding to check me out today. Okami says, wow, I got my package! Yay! Good to hear. I'm glad that you had a package to look forward to, my friend. Let's see. Rich says, time isn't real. It's a ploy by Big Clock. I actually have a friend who works for a clock company.
Hi.
Thank you. Welcome to the welcome to the church, Jester. I hope that you are having a fantastic day. Thank you for being here. I have a friend who works for a clock company, and he tells me all the time that he gets reviews. He gets, like, customer support emails all the time about people ranting about the clocks functioning the way that they should be functioning. And he gets a lot of emails about like, my clock alarm was too loud and I can't turn it down, or like my clock alarm, I don't remember what he said, but they were just like ranting about how the clocks were working. And if you buy a product, why would you get mad about the thing fucking working as intended? I don't know, man. Let's see. Crazy Bob Man says, greetings and salutations. Hi, Bob Man. How are you, friend? I hope that you were having a fantastic day. Let's see. Warsaw Pieces, and also, not a day goes by without a new allegation against a deathcore vocalist. Understandable. It's an unfortunate part of the scene. Luminox says, OMG, it's Dense Steel Month. The cutesy goth nun. Dense Steel Month? What the hell is Dense Steel Month? Is it like Is it like a construction observance? Let's see. Hi, Leah Rosie. It's good to see you again, my friend. I hope that you are doing fantastic today. Hi. Also, welcome, Donnie Morris. I hope that you're having a fantastic day. And Rodimus Maximus, I hope that you had a fantastic stream. I hope you are doing positively wonderful. And it's good to... Stop doing that! I hope that you are having a wonderful day. Mo says, I had a huge oh my god moment today when I realized the songs I grew up with all turned 20 years old this year. Help. And that's what I was talking a little bit about. That's what I was talking about, baby. Falls from Great Heights, since I saw heavy metal and I jumped in. Well, it's nice to meet you, Falls from Great Heights. I do have my first original metal song. Stop! Ah! Stop! Put the fucking fish away! I released my first original metal song last month. If you're interested in that kind of thing, do consider checking it out. It's called Deliverance, and I feel like I did a good job with the song. Also, by the way, the next original song it's going pretty nicely in the pipeline. Stop knocking! The second original song is coming pretty nicely down the pipeline. It's not another church-related song. It's not like a lore or church song. It's gonna be just like a random one-off song. A lot more high energy than Deliverance, but it's coming along really well, and I'm hoping to have it out in the summertime. So yay! Let's see. Harville says 10 prayers, 10 streak. Yippee, yippee. Stop throwing me. My goodness. Thank you very much for your stream streaks as well, my friends. I'm glad to see that you guys enjoy being here. Luminox says, well, synonyms for heavy metal in May. Fuck, you're right. I'm a stupid idiot. Leah Rosie says, I can't stay, but I wanted to hop in and say hi. No problem, Leah. Thanks for coming in and saying hi. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your Mother's Day. It's lovely to see you. Let's see. Ritz says, people are genuinely stupid. There are reviews online on cooking recipes where people substitute an ingredient for another thing, then complain the food didn't come out the way they expected. And now why are you laughing at me? I'm just reading what you guys are saying, bitches! Anyway. I agree. I try my best to follow ingredients to a T. But I have been guilty of accidentally using sugar when I was supposed to have used salt in a recipe, simply because I'm an idiot and I didn't look at my 2 packages. I have clearly labeled all of my cooking packages now, so don't worry about it. Rodimus says, gotta raid and run. No problem, Rodimus. I hope that you had a fantastic stream, and it was lovely to see you even for a moment. Bye-bye! Let's see. Bowtie says, God, I've got too many retail stories along those lines. This is stupid as shit. Why are you laughing at me? I didn't do shit yet. God damn. My goodness. Let's see. Donnie Moore says, the only anime that's good is Death Note and the romance vampire ones. Not a take I particularly agree with. It depends on how much anime you've actually watched. My long-standing weeb ass. I've been watching anime since I was 11 because for some reason my family put the family computer in my room and not a... Stop! What? Stop! Stop laughing at me! I'm trying to hold a regular fucking conversation! My god. Leah Rosie says, I just found your music today and it's super good. Thank you! Yippee, yippee, yippee! Hello, Leo. Hello. It's good to meet you. I see you're using a Bip Squamp emoji. Hell yeah. I also love Bip. She's wonderful. Nice to meet you. Luminox says, not gonna lie to you, Chief. I was listening to Deliverance, started singing along to it, then mayhaps dropped a hammer onto my toes. No, you didn't. How could you? You're not allowed to hurt yourself while listening to heavy metal May Deliverance. Let's see. Onikage says, I'm looking at your big, beautiful heart. Your boobs are just in the way, I swear. No, it's okay. Ah! No, it's okay. You can look at my tits. I made them big on purpose. It's Bear, but Bunny says, where did you get those? I'm not sure what you mean by that. What do you mean? Where'd you get those? Like my model? I don't know. Donnie Moore says, Death Note's the only good anime. I appreciate that you like Death Note. Death Note was my first anime ever, so it also has a good place. It has a strong place in my heart. That being said, there's definitely better anime out there. I would highly implore you to go check out some other series. If you're into kind of mystery shows, you'd probably really like Odd Taxi. Odd Taxi is another really good mystery show. Stakes are not quite as high as Death Note, but it's another really good show. I very, very much recommend it. Let's see. Bowtie says, Death Note's one of my favorites, but JoJo's up there too. I also like JoJo. I sang Sono Chino Sadame at karaoke yesterday. Let's see. Rich says, I want to use the points so bad, but I'm trying to save up for the end stream redeem. Sucks for you. I'm going to raise the points on that one now that you've told me your nefarious plans. Blobfish says, hello. Good to see you, friend. I hope you are having a fantastic day. Let's see. Falls from Grey High says, I immediately love the song. Not kissing ass or anything. Thank you. I'm very glad that you like my first original song. I worked on it for 6 months, so I'm glad that people like it. Donnie Moore says, can you speak high pitch? Yeah? Kinda. I kind of just like to say, yay! Yay, or yippee! In my high-pitched voice. I don't really speak that high-pitch in general, though. Which says, watch Gurren Lagann, it's peak. Now, Church IT-Tech, he would be dapping you up and kissing you on the mouth for that opinion. Church IT-Tech loves Gurren Lagann more than anything in this world. Probably even more than me. Almost every single gift that I've ever got Church IT-Tech is related to Gurren Lagann. Kimi wa kikoeru. Anyway, Blobfish says, I'm tired from hiking through America. Wow! That's cool! So, I'm sorry. I won't force you to send your pictures or anything, but Blobvis, if you're in the Discord server, I would love to see pictures from your hiking travels. I personally can't really hike that well because I get a lot of, I get longitude sickness really easily. Or no, is it latitude? I don't fucking remember. I'm stupid. But I have a really hard time at high altitudes. I get really nauseous, and the nausea doesn't go away, like pretty much until I leave. So I can't really hike all that well, but I would love to see your hiking pictures while you're hiking through America because that sounds absolutely wonderful. Altitude sickness. Thank you. I'm so sorry. I said latitude and longitude because I'm a fucking idiot. But yes, you're right. Altitude, elevation sickness. Very correct. Very correct. Bob says, sure, but I'd rather do it private. Like, makes sense? Understandable. I will not force you to send your pictures. I get that 1000%. Don't feel pressured to send pictures of your IRL if you do not want to. Never feel like you need to. Luminox says, cannot go east or west without feeling sick. I mean, I did hate being on the East Coast when I was there, so I suppose that makes sense. Let's see. But I am on the West Coast, so I guess that would mean I would be sick all the fucking time. If that were the case. Also, I'm going to take another sippy of water real quick. Oh, somebody joined the YouTube church. Yay! Thank you very much. Let's see. I'm thinking, sorry. Let's see. I guess we could talk about anime a little bit more because I do rather like anime quite a lot. On the topic of Death Note. Why are we... Okay, fine. I'll point and laugh at you next, motherfucker. How do you feel, bitch? Does it make you feel the same? I'm not even doing anything for you to point and laugh at me. Oh, wrong one. That's me laughing at the size of your small ass penis. Falls from Great Height says, you sound like a witch. Thanks. I'll take it as a compliment. Witches are pretty cool. And Gamer says, throw the nun. She deserves it. No. 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 Ah! Where'd I go? Oh, I'm over there. I should probably put myself this way. That way, when you throw me, you don't see my fucking underwear, and you see, like, my... you see, like, my head instead. Hold on, let me make sure that this is the correct angle. Oh, no, I got thrown in a different direction that time. It's too unpredictable. I don't know how to position myself. Worse up he says, it's still bigger than yours, dickless. Chat, play the audio redeem. I'm pretty sure that I have ample proof. Bob says, wait, there's a Discord?
Yeah, I do have a silly little Discord server. It's called Lady May's Inner Sanctum. My cock is much
there you go, my friend.
yours. My cock can walk right through that door.
With the feeling so pure. And I fucking did it, because my cock is huge. Thank you. And you know, see what's up, Pete? There's ample evidence for my penis being literally huge and massive. Anyway. I love Ethel the ooh-ee-ah-ee cat. She makes me so happy. Let's see. Let me... Oh yeah, I said I wanted to talk about more anime. I feel like, okay, there's actually quite a lot of really good, like, mystery anime that tend to kind of get swept under the rug. The biggest one that I'm a huge proponent of is Odd Taxi. Odd Taxi, a lot of people haven't want to watch Odd Taxi because it kind of has, like, every character is represented as an animal because the main character suffered some kind of nebulous head injury that makes everyone look like an animal to him, including himself. But it's like a really interesting way to like see how he actually envisions everyone. It's a really good show. I highly recommend Odd Taxi. Let's see. Zeku says, how long are you streaming? So I am only going to stream for like 2 hours today because it is Mother's Day, and I did tell my mom that I was going to meet up with her for dinner. So I'll stream for like another hour or so, and then I will go meet up with my mom. So today will be kind of a succinct stream, but don't worry, we still have like an hour left to yap. Darius says 2 hours of fun. I'll take it.
Yay! Sorry.
It's Mother's Day, so and I do have to still see my mom because she wants to see me for dinner. So, usually I try to stream longer on weekends. Like yesterday's stream was like 4.5 hours, but it's Mother's Day, so I have some constraints today. Let's see. Luminox says, Happy America Mother Day to Heavy Metal Mom. I will make sure that she knows that everyone wished her a Happy Mother's Day. Nem says, Dear God, what the fuck kind of streamer have I found?
A pretty cool one, I think. Yay!
Let's see. Donnie Moore says, I love your laugh a lot.
Thank you.
I appreciate you saying that a lot. I feel like my laugh is more annoying than anything else. But it seems like people more or less like it here, so I will take that in as a strength. Let me see. What else? It's the Sunday. If it's your first time in the church, the Sunday sermon are just streams where we talk about literally whatever the fuck you want. So feel free to just start yapping about whatever you'd like. I'm very, very happy to just jump around on topics. So feel free to start yapping about whatever you'd like. Always happy to hop into a new discussion. Let's see. Luminox says, I feel like your System of a Down as a person, May. Beautifully chaotic. Well, that's a massive compliment. I'll take it. I actually really like hearing that. I will never live up to System of a Down, but I appreciate you for saying such a nice thing about me. That was very nice to hear. Let's see. Bowtie says, my God, I've been so engrossed in the stream today that I just polished off 8 sugar cookies without thinking. without sharing? Without sharing with all of us? You didn't share your sugar cookies with your wonderful church members? How could you do that to us? We would love sugar cookies here. Let's see. Meow, 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 meow. Okami says, my topic, deadlock. Okami will always be ready to play Deadlock. Someone please play Deadlock with Okami. I know I still have to play Deadlock with Okami, but let's see. Leo says, I registered for a StarCraft 2 tournament at a convention. That sounds like so much fun. That sounds awesome. I personally have never felt like I was good enough at a video game to like enter in a tournament or anything, but that sounds like so much fun. Also, thank you very much for converting your Prime sub to a tier 1 sub. That's so nice of you, Princess Nate, and I appreciate you quite a lot. Thank you. Let's see. Okami says, I'm running the beef 600 hours. Of course you are. Oh, wait. I just fucking realized the BGM is off again. How do I keep doing that? I'm so sorry. Y'all were sitting here in silence the whole time. I just turned on the BGM. I apologize. Let's see. Leo says, don't get me wrong, I suck ass. If you guys had a video game that you feel like you're good enough to... Do you guys have any video games that you feel like you're good enough to enter a tournament in? I personally wish that I could. Like, I would love to be able to enter, like, a Final Fantasy 14 tournament. But I'm also, like... I'm also not, like, a progger or anything. I'm not really good at playing any video game to that degree. But it would be fun. Brainrat says, you're so interesting, we don't need BGM.
Thank you.
Nem says, in silence, there was not a single second of silence with you talking.
I try. Yay!
Let's see. Okami says, I'd enter in Deadlocks, Apex, Bomberman. That sounds awesome. Brainrat says, I'm a Plants vs. Zombies master. Ooh, hell yeah, that's fun. Luminox says, tournament? Metal Gear Solid 5, obviously. I've maxed out everything 4 times. Wow, how would a Metal Gear Solid tournament even go? Like a stealth practice? Stealth tournament, pretty much? I don't know. Yusen says, I was almost good enough at Osumania to enter, but then I fell off. L plus ratio plus Yusen's fell off. That does sound like a lot of fun, though. I did play Osu casually when I was a teenager, but I haven't played in a lot of years, nor do I think that I have the mental capacity to do so. Drunk says, is there a tournament for pay-to-win gacha? There should be. Whaling tournament. How much money can you give a game? There he says, you can't be worse than the motherfuckers I got on my team in Marvel Rivals. Well, you haven't played with me yet. I'm not too good at Marvel Rivals. Boss from Great High says,
You're a gremlin. Maybe. Just a little.
Luminox says, or XCOM, actually. I'm based as XCOM. Hell yeah. Leo says, I made 2 schizo-ass post notes to tell me what to make at what time. Fair enough. It happens to all of us.
Blobber says, I'm in the Discord now. Yay!
Wonderful. Let's see. Blobfish says, so if you want, I can DM you some pics and guess that's the rule or against your comfort, of course. No, I don't mind. I would love to see your trip pictures. I love seeing what's going on in your guys' lives. If you don't want to share those pictures publicly, that's totally fine. I understand that. Let's see. Truckin says, time for me to go. Have a good stream. Bye, Truckin! I don't know if are you doing a Magic tournament today? If you are doing a Magic tournament, I hope you win, buddy. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and it was lovely to hang out with you for a little while. Bye, Truck! See you later! Also, if any of you came from my TikTok, he was the man who, I'm pointing at him. He's the guy who, said the thing about, alcoholic beer and your sister. So, Truckit doesn't really stream that much anymore, but do check him out. He's a wonderful friend of mine. The man, the myth, the legend. Leo says, what? If you haven't seen the TikTok, don't worry about it. It's only gonna ruin your day. Okay, it actually seems like quite a lot of you haven't seen the TikTok. Actually, so, I will say, I owe Truckin' like 80, 90 million meals now. That was my first TikTok ever that like breached more than like 20,000 views. I got 100,000 views on that TikTok, which is so scary. And unfortunately, that's a lot of people's first impression of me now. And it wasn't even something I said, but it's because I allow my chat to be so unhinged because I'm also pretty fucking unhinged. So it's my fault. It's for sure my fault, but it's still a little, it still makes me feel a little embarrassed that that's my first introduction to so many people. Brainrot says the amount of people saying to ban a lead mod was crazy. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Here, let me pull up the TikTok for you guys so you guys know what the hell I'm talking about. TikTok. And then, let me, boop. Boop. Here's the TikTok. Because drinking non-alcoholic beer is like going down on your sister. Yeah, it tastes the same, but it doesn't make it right. I'm gobsmacked. I don't know.
That's what he said.
That's what he said. Dude. You got the whole club staring. So, yeah, that was in, like, one of my near replicant streams, too. Totally out of left field. And that was a lot of people's first introduction to me, so, it wasn't me that said it. I'll say that. Jimmy Hemi says, and then boop, I joined and got really confused. No problem. Lovely to meet you, Jimmy Hemi. I hope that you are having a fantastic day. Welcome to the church. Leo says, guilty by proxy. It kind of is my fault. Because I opened the door to fuck-ass conversations like that just by being myself. Yay! I'm God's favorite little mistake. Or something like that. I could be God's favorite little mistake. Who knows? Luminox says going down on your sister's like non-alcoholic beer can only get better. Shut up! Bowtie says, I like my beer like I like my women, without someone else's dick in it. That's a crazy thing to say. That's insane. Hate that one. Hey, the next time you talk about women like that, I'm gonna put my dick in your beer and see how you like about that. I'm gonna make your beer nice and salty. Let's see. Boop, 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 boop. Okami says, also, I'm kind of good at Guilty Gear Strive. A trans girl being good at Guilty Gear Strive? What a surprise. Fair enough.
My cock is much bigger than yours. My cock can walk right through that door.
Thank you. Luminox says, having dick beer sounds odd. So, I'm of the opinion that beer kind of tastes like piss. I've only had 2 beers that I've liked. I had a cherry beer. It was a seasonal beer at a brewery in San Diego on a family vacation when I was like 19, and my mom let me have her beer because she didn't like it. I was with my mom is a bartender. I grew up in a very alcohol open household, which is probably why I don't drink as an adult very much. But my mom gave me her beer, and it was a cherry beer, and it was fantastic. It was really good. But normal ass beer, I think, tastes like piss. It's really not that good. And I'm not a big fan of it, to be honest. In my opinion, it's not the best. There's better alcohols. Let's see. Jimmy Hemi says, it's weird because I'm cooking steak while you said that. Ooh, a steak? Please, can I have some?
I would like to have some of your steak. That sounds yummy.
Big meat. Anyway, sorry. I didn't mean it like that. Shut up. Luminox says, you've had 2 beers, but you've had how many piss? How do you know, May? I'm a bisexual woman. Things happen sometimes, and that's all I'm gonna say about that. Brainrot says, I'm not a beer drinker myself either. And thank you. You know what? I'm glad that somebody agrees with me. I just also don't think that beer tastes very good. I don't know, especially when it gets warm. Beer tastes fucking awful when it's warm. But in general, I don't enjoy it very much at all. Rich says, all beer sucks ass. I agree. Now I can't talk anymore. Bowtie says, yeah, I usually go for the limerita personally. If I want a drink, it's usually like the nice, cute, fruity little cocktail at the bar, or one of my mom's like seasonal sangrias, because my mom makes really nice sangrias for Thanksgiving, and that's about it. That's like about all I'll drink. Jimmy Hemi says, I got 2 steaks cooking right now. I'm jealous. I want some. Arcanine says, I don't like beer, but cider's fuck. There is a really good cider place. There's a brewery in downtown Las Vegas called Atomic Brewery, and they brew their own ciders as well, and their ciders are pretty good. I had their triple berry cider once, and it was kind of fucking, I'll say that. Let's see, Princess Nate says, strawberry daiquiri. Ah, yes, the perfect... Sorry, I say this because I'm a queer person. Every single gay man I know loves strawberry daiquiris, and I know a lot of gay men. Let's see. Jimmy Hemming says, I use bourbon and whiskey to cook my steak. Hell yeah. I've not gotten to the point where I've really tried cooking with alcohol, but I am interested in trying it. I've heard a lot of really good things about cooking your steak in wine. But because I don't drink alcohol, I don't buy alcohol. Therefore, I can't really cook with alcohol. I guess the only thing I've ever made with alcohol is I've made some chicken with some rice wine vinegar in it. But that was kind of it. I don't really know. Let's see. Twitchmon says, I have a question for everyone. What's your question? We would love to hear it, Twitchmon. Lay it on us. Let's see. What's up? He says, my go-to is either the Hugo Spritz or Tom Collins, or some cider. Hell yeah, fair enough. Luminox says, me when I drink anything except Guinness and gin. Fair enough. Zero Dead says, how do you make friends IRL? EDC. I refuse to go to EDC. I've told you all the trauma about EDM, so I would probably never ever go to EDC. How do I make friends IRL? I guess I'm pretty open about, my interests, except when it comes to, VTubers. That's, the only thing I, shut down all conversation of, because I don't want people IRL, besides my friends, knowing that I'm a VTuber. But, I always have anime stuff on my desk at work. I always have, have enamel pins on my bag or my jacket or something that also say something about my interests. And then, once I can get talking to someone about, that interest, then they're usually someone that I'm cool with and can be friends with pretty easily. So that's, how I make friends. I just always kind of wear my interests on my sleeve, I would say. Let's see. Wiley B. Argus says, I drink raw ethanol. Freak. Absolute freak. Let's see. Zero D says, I took a shroom by accident the last concert I went to. I hope you didn't have too terrible of a trip. That sounds awful, and that would freak me the fuck out. So I hope that you were okay. Spectre Hollow Chris. Hi, Spectre Hollow Chris. It's lovely to see you again, my friend. I hope that you are doing fantastic. Yay! How are you, my dear? I hope that you're doing very well. Bowtie says, remind me of the time one of my best friends mixed eggnog and rum. Then we all dipped peanut button cookies in it. Somehow the cookies only absorbed the rum and none of the eggnog, so the cookies tasted like straight alcohol. I will say, I think eggnog is also not that good. So, I worked for Starbucks for several years. It was my second job ever. So I worked at Starbucks for 3.5 years. And every year the eggnog drinks would come back. And the eggnog drinks would never sell. And every year I would try the eggnog, just raw eggnog, not even with the espresso in it yet. And I was like, it's just okay. It's just fine. But it wasn't very good. The rule 34th artist. You know what? Hey, if you like drawing VTuber titties, I'll gladly take some. Hello? I'm kidding. Nobody ever has to draw me for free. Don't worry about it. Welcome into the church. I hope that you're having a fantastic day. Welcome in. Let's see. Luminox says, if I was wearing my interests on my wrists, May, I'd have a Destroyer F-35B and a G-36K on my wrist. Pretty heavy, if I do say so myself. That's crazy. Jimmy Hammy says, try cutting the steak into, like, waffle fries from Chick-fil-A and dip in the alcohol, then put the seasoning of your choice, then cook it to your liking. I should try cooking with alcohol. I love cooking. I just haven't really gotten to the point where I just want to, I don't know, cook with alcohol. Hasn't really come into my brain yet. Twitchbon says, so you say you know a VTuber, they check off all your sexual preferences, having the blue included. You've seen the IRL and they still check your boxes, but you don't feel aroused for them? What do you mean by that? I mean, so I'm very monogamous. I've been with Church IT Tech for like 5 years now, and I have no plans on being with anyone else. So in a hypothetical world where I was like single, and in a hypothetical world where I was single and also still a VTuber, I could see myself being interested in dating another VTuber, but just like seeing how things like I've had plenty of VTubers, VTuber friends date other VTubers, and it goes if and when they've broken up. Most of the time, in my experience of my friends, they have. It usually ends up with some kind of weird community fallout, with it being like, your community feels like they basically have to choose sides in the breakup, and I don't think that's like what I would want to do. I don't think I'd ever want to put myself in that situation. So in a hypothetical situation, if I was single and also still a VTuber, I don't think that I would publicly date another VTuber unless like we were getting married. Like that's like it. But that's like my opinion on it. I don't know. Brain Rust says, I know a VTuber married to another VTuber. And no, I definitely like in the sense of like, you know, Katie and Fufu, very happy for them, and it worked out absolutely splendidly for them, and I think that's wonderful. But just like for me, being me, and most of the other VTuber friends that I've seen that have dated other VTubers, it's usually gone really poorly, in the aftermath. So I'd rather, I don't know, I'd rather not try that. Jimmy Hemi says, I joined the Discord. Do you want to see the steak? Yes, 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 yes. I said this before, and I'll say it again. I want to host a steak cooking competition. Because I love steak. But I don't really know how I would judge it, because I wouldn't really be able to taste the steaks. It would have to be a visual judge only. But God, a steak cooking competition. Now that shit would rock. Let's see. Scrolling up. Let me see. Let's see here. Okami says, I've always wanted to get into Nazi for Work Art of Okami myself. Everyone! More VTuber boobies! Now! Draw and commission more titties, please. I'd love to see them personally. Anyway. Bobdie says, oh, there was actually a time a shot and a half Everclear left me violently throwing up because that shit was like 75 proof and I'm a lightweight chungus. Listen. I've said this many times. I like vehemently refuse to be drunk. I've gotten close once, but I've never gotten to the point where I've like thrown up because of alcohol. But I don't know. It's not something I think I would like to do. Let's see. Luminox says, adding not safe for church right now. Thank you. Let's see. I'm scrolling down. Luminox says, nah, but if I was dating a streamer and we broke up, I'm gonna go stay with them because I'm not fussed about internet views. If you like my content, you like my content. And that's fair enough. Rule 34 artist says, I feel like this is easily simplified instead of overcomplicated. Like removing VTubers since 90% of people are just bad at dating in general. And you're so fucking right. I've told so many dating horror stories on stream as a bisexual woman because so many people out there just fucking suck at making human connections. It's incredible. Warsop P says, TBH, I feel like so many VTubers are girl failures or little basement-dwelling gremlins, and it would just be a challenge to form a healthy relationship with. And I feel like that's fair. A lot of internet-obsessed netizens, have a hard time operating like normal people. Let's put it that way. Let's see. What's up? He says, by the way, before the stream, I watched a bit of Aqua stream, and she has Katie and Fufu are her guests, and Katie says that Fufu was her Oshi for years. That's so lovely. I love that so much. Rule 34 Artist says, it's just most people are bad at dating due to the change of culture and circumstances of the modern world. Lots of bad people and general complications in their own mental health, but humans be humans. And I'll waddle off now. Thank you very much for sharing your opinion, and I do very much agree. As a bisexual woman, dating both women and men, and those that do not sit in either direction, it's all bad. Dating sucks. I appreciate your opinion, though. Very based. I appreciate you very much. Have a great day, Rule 34 Artist. Hope to see you again someday. Let's see. Leo says, question, have you heard of Nile Red? I have. Twitchmon says, okay, to take what I said, is it weird to not feel a ruse, not wanting to date or anything, or even watch their stuff? I mean, if that's how you feel about someone, then, like, why would you date them at all? If you didn't feel aroused by them, if you weren't entertained by themselves or any aspect of being around them, then why date them in general? That's my feeling, I guess. If you don't really enjoy watching them or being around them, then what's the point of dating them? And I feel like that's a big issue with dating in general, is people will just kind of date to date, and they'll just start dating someone whether or not they actually really enjoy their company or not. And that's a big issue, because as I've told these stories before, I ended up with a lot of girls that didn't give a fucking shit about me, and they made me feel annoying, and that I was like stupid, or I talked too much, or I was too loud, or I was too quiet, and I was never able to do anything right by any of these people. And it just boiled down to the fact that they really didn't like me all that much. They just wanted attention. And that's not a bad thing. That's just a human experience. And I feel like that's a big problem in dating, is a lot of people don't really choose, who they really want to see themselves with. They just kind of want to fill the gap of loneliness that may or may not currently exist in their lives, and they'll just talk to anyone who gives them the ample amount of attention. But that's mostly my experience. I can't really say, I can't really speak for everyone's experience, but then that's just my general thoughts about it, as a bisexual woman. Let's see. Luminox says, being bisexual is hard. You're by yourself or in a relationship. Not the best outcomes. So true. Jimmy Hermy says, bye, everyone. Bye, Jimmy. Nice to meet you, and I hope that you had a lovely time here. Okami says, dating sucks. I'm scared of men will hurt me, and girls will sue me, and non-binary people will cancel me, so I'm not dating anymore. I understand that, but I hope that you find someone who is actually right for your personality someday. Luminox says, May, annoying, how dare. Yeah, one of my biggest dating traumas, there was this girl that I dated throughout high school, and I was absolutely obsessed with her. And then we broke up for a couple of years, and then we reconnected. And we reconnected because, to me, she was like the only non-abusive relationship that I had had at the time. And to her, I was just kind of the easiest option. She could have texted me, hey, I want you back, and I would have dropped my entire life. To be with her. And so I went out, I took off my entire PTO that I accumulated through that entire year. And I drove all the way to that state to go see her. And I was so excited to be there, and she lived with her family, so I was with her, and I was with her whole family, and they all knew I was her girlfriend, and I was so fucking excited because I loved her so much. And then I was really nervous, and so I was doing this thing where I was talking a lot, because I was nervous. I talk a lot, all of you know this, but I was just talking extra because I was nervous. And then after dinner, she pulled me aside and she says, "Can you not talk to my mom? You're really annoying." And that, like, crushed me. And so even with Church IT Tech and us having, like, a very healthy relationship, and I, like, am able to get along with his family really well, we've been together for 5 years. I didn't start actually talking to his parents for, like, 2 years. I would be dead silent whenever I would go to, like, his house, to, like, for, like, a holiday or something to have dinner with his family. Because of what she said to me. I thought that I would annoy the fuck out of any, like, parent I ever talked to, a partner's parent. And so I just refused to talk to my partner's parents because I didn't want them to think I was fucking annoying. But then it turns out that was just her. And not being the right person for me. Because she thought I was annoying, and hey, listen, I'm Heavy Metal May. I come exactly as I say on the tin. I'm loud, I like to make jokes, I can talk a lot, and I love to sing. And that wasn't the right combination for people, but it was the right combination for Church IT Tech, so... Let's see. What's up, pieces? I can't imagine that. I don't really like people in general. Why the fuck would I waste time on people I don't enjoy the company of? It's a really weird kind of sphere that we're in right now. A lot of people date kind of only to lick their own wounds and ease their own loneliness. And that's just kind of where we're at right now, to be honest. Bowtie says, "I'm also not too thrilled to try dating again right now, but it is what it is." So true, so true. Twitchmon says, "When I put not planning the date, I meant that for any VTuber, but you kind of answered my question." Fair enough. Wiley B. Hardigan says, "I scare people. I don't mean to, and I understand it. Many parts of me are disfigured or covered in scars. Pair with being 6'5" and 300 pounds of bulk and missing an eye adds up to not being the most approachable." Understandable. Princess Nay says, "Even as a gay man, I dated somebody for a while, and it didn't work out because we were both bottoms." You're like that one manga panel. I don't think I can... Okay, I can't show it on stream because it's pretty not safe for work, but there's a very, very popular manga panel from this Yuri manga. I can't remember what the fuck it was from right now, but if you just look up, "and so they were both bottoms," and it's two girls in their underwear, and they, like, both have their hands over their faces and they're blushing, you'll know exactly what I was talking about. And so... they were both bottoms. Warsaw says, "Oh yeah, I know the panel." Of course you do, my man. I'm dapping you up, fellow Yuri enjoyer. Let's see. Warsaw says, "I had a rebound relationship once, never again. Rather be alone than with the wrong person." Amen, brother. Absolutely amen. Let's see. Luminox says, "I hope you like my pun, Nate." I didn't see the pun. No, I missed out. Luminox says, "You come as you are on the tin. You can make metal."
Yeah!
Neminem says, "I don't date, nor have I tried, because I dislike people and I'm scared of others just by my resting bitch face. And now at 23, I regret not even going into short-term relationships." That's okay, because think about it this way. And I've said this many, many times. Think about it this way. Every person, the average human life expectancy is around 75 years old. If you are only 23, you're still in, like, the first third of your lifespan. You have, at a minimum, 50 years left to live. That's 50 years of experiences, 50 years of meeting people, making friends, finding lovers. You have so much more time in your life than you think you do, because there's a kind of weird youth culture that's been perpetuated in all of our movies and media and music and things like that. So there's still... Think about it this way. At minimum, you have 50 years left to have so many wonderful experiences. So don't let only being 23 hold you back, because you're not old at all. I'm 27, and sure, people will call me Auntie May or Wine Mom May, but we're not that old. So you have plenty of life left to live, and I'm sure you'll find someone that suits your lifestyle. Same to you, Twitchmon. You're 30 and still trying. You can do it. You have, on average, 40-something years left to live. Plenty of time, and I know you'll get there.
Yay!
Eminem says, thank you, May. We'll see how it goes. Just try to think that way. If you ever feel like you're behind in life, think about the average human life expectancy and think about how much life you have left to live. There's tons of life left for you, and you'll be fine. I know you will.
Anyway!
You guys don't come here for me to be motivational. You guys come here for me to be a fucking idiot. So let me change topics. D5 says, women are intimidating to me. I'm a bisexual. Women are intimidating to me, too. I get that. Bowtie says, bruh, I searched the manga panel and Google autofilled it after I typed, and so they. Yup, exactly. And so they were both bottoms. Let's see. Leo says, it's 12:40 a.m. I'm going to pass out really quick. Good night, Leo. Thanks for hanging out with us. It was wonderful meeting you for the first time. I stream 4 nights a week, so I hope that I could see you again.
Bye, Leo. See you later. Yay!
Let's see. Bowtie says, that's actually a nice perspective to have, May. I might just try that way of thinking. That way of thinking was actually super beneficial for me for starting VTubing because I thought, like, I felt like all of the big VTubers were younger than I was, and I was only like 26 when I wanted to start VTubing. 25, 26 when I wanted to get into VTubing. But I felt like I was already behind because I wasn't like 19, 20 and I wasn't living with my parents anymore. But all of these like younger folks could stream all day and put so much more into their streams because they live with their parents and they can have more money for like stream stuff. And so like I felt like I was gonna have a really hard time becoming a VTuber because I was already older than a lot of the other popular VTubers. But it turns out I had no fucking... listen, there was nothing for me to worry about. So, yay! I have tons of wonderful people that enjoy hanging out with me, and that's enough. So thank you.
Yay!
Metal Weepcore says, hi, May! Hi, Metal Weepcore! How are you, my wonderful symphonic metal friend? I hope that you are having a fantastic day.
How are you doing?
Let's see. Let me scroll up and see what I've got going on up here. Twitchmon says, this internet sucks, though. Been botted too many times. Oh, for sure. The internet sucks shit for, like, everybody. But it's okay, my friend. You'll figure things out.
Hello.
Ah!
Hi.
Welcome to the church, Welcome to the church, Griffmeister. I hope that you are having a fantastic day. Nice to meet you, and I hope that you're doing very, very well.
Hello.
Let's see. Scrolling back down. Where's up pieces? Deja Vu Dea is a moderately big VTuber, older than me, like 35, 36. Yes, I see a lot of her shorts. She starts it off with being like, I'm the millennial VTuber, and I think that's really nice of her. Metal Weepcore says, doing some Mother's Day stuff, but I got some cool plans this week.
That's awesome!
I hope that you have a wonderful time on Mother's Day with your family. Enjoy your day. I hope that you're doing absolutely fantastic. Damn, ad jailed. It's okay. I'll shut the fuck up for a second because I need some water. Give me a moment. I'll let the ads play for a second. And I'll shut up. Drink some water. All right. All I got is this. And then, I figure, since the ad break has put so many of you in jail, how about I make the rest of you suffer? A serenade? Anyone? A serenade? About a minute left. Here's the song that perpetually pops up in my brain while you're all on ad break. So, for some reason, whenever I'm not actively thinking about something, Stayin' Alive by the Bee Gees gets stuck in my head. So if I'm ever spacing out, just know that Stayin' Alive by the Bee Gees is playing in my head. I don't know why. It's been like that my entire life, but it is. Let's see. Riley says, May, I'm gonna hit you with my armored Jeep. Why? You don't like my kazoo? You don't like when I serenade you? You should feel grateful that I took the time to serenade you while everyone else was in ads. I needed to even things out for everyone. I need to make sure. Brainrot says, all the silly instrument haters are sinners. Exactly. Where else are you gonna get someone who can slide whistle like this? I love my orchestra of annoyance. It makes me happy, and if it makes you suffer, then all the better.
Yay!
Anyway, my friends, I am gonna go in about 15 minutes because it's Mother's Day, and I did promise my mom that I was gonna meet her for dinner. What do you, for the last like 15 minutes or so, what would you guys like to yep about? Anything that you guys want to tell me about your weekend, about your day, or maybe about the week ahead of you, feel free. We got about 15 minutes left, so. Let's see, Bowtie says, yes, Slide Whistle, thank you. Num says, I don't know, May, but I feel like you could pull off an extremely posh girl accent easily, and it would sound amazing. Do you mean posh girl like the British accent, or just kind of like, upscale valley girl kind of accent? I did. If you mean like posh, like British kind of accent, back in the day, when I was in musical theater, I did have to learn how to do a British accent. Not to say that I'm the best person ever at it, but like, if I were to read we did a production of My Fair Lady, which they have, you're British. You're fucking British in that one. I did have to kind of learn how to do a half-decent British accent for that. It has been like 13 years, though, but I can kind of pull it off. I'm just going to read a random message. Hope you have a nice Mother's Day, May. I used a slide whistle for D&D game. I was playing a bard. I feel like an accordion or bagpipes would fit nicely in your collection. Brother, I was being sarcastic. That was a little too American. Brother, I was being sarcastic. I'm sorry, I got beef with both men. Let's see. Brainrot says, got some prep for a subathon. Ooh, that sounds fun. I hope you have a lot of fun helping prep for a subathon. And I hope that whoever subathon it is, I hope it goes fantastic. I've been kind of thinking about doing a subathon because I need to finance my EP, and it's gonna be like a couple $1,000. It's gonna be like $2,000 or something, which will be kind of hard for me. But I would feel bad doing a subathon where like the only real goal is just help me finance my EP. So I don't know. I haven't really put too much thought into it. But yeah, I'll live about it. I'm just gonna suck it up and figure out how to pay for the EP over time with my regular Twitch payout.
Because yay!
Let's see. Max says, May, stop making fun of my southern accent. But it's fun. I love southern accents. I don't even know if I'm fucking doing one good. I just think they're fun. And the more I do a southern accent, it makes me feel like my penis got a couple inches longer. Yeah, that's right. Daddy Long Dick just landed again in Georgia. Eminem says, how many accents can you even do?
I don't know. Yay! My cock can walk right through that door.
Daddy Long Dick. As an Ohioan, let's hear your Midwest, May. That's the only, like, accent that I don't really know how to do. So, like, what the fuck do Midwesterners even say? I'll have to study the ways of a Midwestern accent. Like, my grandparents live in Kansas, but, like, They're from California, so they don't really talk like Midwesterners. I have no idea what Widwesterners? Widwesterners, anyone? I don't know how Midwesterners actually sound. I got no idea. No clue. Let's see. But I have no idea how many accents I can actually do. Maybe probably only like 3. Because people say also all the time that I kind of naturally sound like I'm from New York. Hey, I'm walking here. The fuck you mean about that, chief? Stuff like that. We'll talk like that sometimes for comedic effect, and people are like, "Wow, are you from the East Coast?" And I'm like, "No, I live in Nevada." Eminem says probably just like, "How did it meet you, ma'am?" I don't know shit about America though, and you know what? Fair enough. Princess Nate says the sexiest American accent is from Louisiana. I have no idea. I don't think I've ever met anyone from Louisiana. Not in person, at least. Warsaw P says, isn't Midwestern like Wisconsin really well presented in the movie Fargo? I have no idea. I don't know anything. Yay! Yeah. Will it make it a little bit better that I don't know anything if I just, my way out of the conversation? Brainrose says the amount of people who mispronounce Nevada is painful. It is. We hear a lot of Nevadas out here. But it's whatever. It's alright. Let's see. Sorry, staying alive stuck in my head again. Let's see. Did you guys have any Mother's Day plans? Are you guys planning on doing anything else for Mother's Day today? And if not, what else are you planning on doing with your evening? Any fun plans for the evening? Anything nice that you're planning on doing for yourself? Feel free to fill me in on what your plans are today. Let's see. Okami says, we just came from eating. Oh, yay! I hope you had a wonderful meal. I'm gonna take my mom to Chili's because she wants a Chili's. I probably won't get a triple dipper. I think I'm probably gonna have myself a fajita. Bear says, probably some more Dark Souls grinding. Hell yeah. I hope that you enjoy your Dark Souls. I also regret, I'm so sad because I did say that I started playing a Cult of the Lamb save file off of stream so that I could still get my Cult of the Lamb cravings in, but I caught up to where I am on stream, so now I can't play Cult of the Lamb off stream anymore. I'm sad. I'm so addicted to the game, but I only stream it like once a week, so I can't stream it anymore. Let's see. Princess Nay says the X-Men Gambit is from Louisiana. Oh shit, really? I had no idea. For some reason, I had no idea. I had no clue. Warsaw P says tea, wank, and sleep. Sound good enough? Absolutely, my friend. Sounds like a wonderful rest of your evening. Bowtie says we do a lot of opes and slapping ratchet straps and saying that ain't going nowheres. Ahs can be drawn out a bit and spoken from the front of your mouth and a bit nasally. Especially saying something like, I've got a bag of bags under my sink. Bag almost said like bag and thrown out like bag. Got a bag of bags under my sink. I don't think I'm doing it right. I'll have to study the Midwestern accent. Not something I knew that I would have to study, but hey. I'll figure it out, I suppose. Got a bag of bags. A bag of bags under my sink. Bag. Got a bag of bags under my sink. I don't think I'm doing it right. I don't know what Midwesterners are like. I don't know anything. Ever. In my whole life. Alright, I'm gonna take another sip of water. Give me a sec. Alright. Okami says, you know that there is an English word that is infinitely long made by just one word? Buffalo. Huh? How? A bit too gruff, LMA.
Sorry, I don't know how to do anything.
Let me see here. What is everyone's like favorite cheap eatery? I'm sure for like the Europeans, you guys must have some kind of cheap eatery equivalent to like Denny's or something. I'm talking about like a cheap sit-down restaurant that you don't really go because it's nice, but you go because it's affordable and it tastes pretty good. Nemenem says, the fuck is a Denny's? Like a sit-down restaurant that's like not good, but it's like affordable, but it tastes good enough. Brainrot says Denny's. All right. Stupid question. I suppose Denny's just answers it. Princess Nate says, since we're just gabbing, do you want to hear my dumbest neighbor encounter ever? Sure! I would love to. I love when you tell me stories. Bowtie says, definitely Denny's or Waffle House. I've never been to a Waffle House, but I want to go to a Waffle House because there's not any Waffle Houses in my area, but I would love to try a Waffle House. Brainwash says, what the fuck is up, Denny's? Absolutely, King. I would say my favorite is probably Chili's, of like the kind of like fast casual sit down restaurant chains. I'd say Chili's is probably my favorite. Denny's is decent. I can rock with the Denny's from time to time. Brainwash says Black Bear Diner is also alright. I've never had Black Bear Diner. Gamer says, I wish our Denny's didn't close. The build your own burger at Denny's, I will say, is pretty goated. I do like the build your own burger. Claim Jumper is also pretty tasty. I did like that place back when there was an open one in my town. Let me see. Meow, 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 meow. I'm also not gonna end yet, but I am going to see who's streaming today. Just to see who's online. I fucking can't. I'm sorry. I can't stop staying alive today. Well, I guess that's a good thing, actually. Let me see. Rerot says, I haven't heard a Claim Jumper in so long. It's been gone for quite a while. Oh, yes, meow meow. Do you want to say hi to chat before we say bye? You want to say hi? Did you guys hear her? She did a really timid little wow. Let's see. Potai says, well, if you're ever in my area, we'll go to Waffle House. Yay, Waffle House! Princess Day says, it was a blizzard. She came over to tell me that my life was spinning out of control because of the pride stickers on the back of my truck. In response, I hung up a neon penis sign in my window. Yes! Malicious compliance! Yes! Fuck yeah, Princess Nate. That's awesome. I love that. Good for you and your giant pink neon penis. I love to hear it. Eminem says, by the way, to answer your question, there aren't chains as big as in America, so we usually go to smaller person-owned restaurants if we eat out, which is not nearly as often as Americans do. You know what? That's a fair enough statement. I can understand that. Ray says, hello, May, good morning. Hi, Ray. Welcome in. I'm so sorry that you're coming in as I was about to end. It is Mother's Day, so I do kind of have to leave in a very timely manner today. But I appreciate you just coming in and saying, hey, I hope that you were doing positively fantastic. Let's see. I do have quite a lot of friends on today. Let me see here. I think... Sorry, I'm thinking for just a moment. Also just checking the non-following tabs. Nem says, are your friends as interesting as you? Depends on what you mean by interesting. In terms of being cool people, I think that they're even cooler than me. But if you mean by, like, stupid, then no, I'm kind of the dumbest out there. Zero D says, great beatboxing. Why, thank you, friend. I appreciate it. Whereas P says, we don't really have anything like that in Poland. The closest thing would be milk bars. Cheap places with typical homemade Polish food, but they can be really good sometimes. Ooh, interesting. Why are they called milk bars? I'm sure there's a historical reason. Ux says, hello, May. Hi, Alex, how are you? I hope that you had a wonderful Mother's Day with your family. I'm about to go hang out with my mom for Mother's Day. But it's lovely to see you, and I'm happy that you had a great day. Also, welcome into the church Neon 320. I hope that you were doing fantastic, and it's lovely to see you, friend.
Yay!
Let's see. Oh, hello? Another one? Only follow bottoms. Hey, listen. A bisexual is a very beautifully varied things. I could be a bottom, I could be a top, I could be a switch. It's whatever your partner at the time wants. So I'll take it as a compliment to my bottoming skills, I suppose. Let's see.
Meow 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 meow.
Let's see. Nem says, "Damn, she's a switch, so we can play Mario on her." Neat. No, please. Not Super Mario on me. I hate that little fucker. Where's Up P says, because at first they mainly served dairy products, grain, etc., but no meat, because it was supposed to be super cheap food for the workers. Hence why Milk Bar. Ooh, interesting historical fact. Good to know. Thank you. I do enjoy learning random things about everyone's countries. I like that. Okay, I think my good friend Jake Dayseeker raids out to me all the time, so I think I will raid you guys out to Jake Dayseeker. He is currently catching up on patch 7.5 in Final Fantasy XIV, so if you guys like Final Fantasy XIV, do consider hanging out with my buddy Jake. He's another wonderful metal vocalist, VTuber in the scene, and I think that he's positively fantastic. I have to leave in a kind of timely manner today due to it being Mother's Day, and I'm going to take my mom out to dinner. So I will go ahead and I'll start doing our usual wrap-up stuff right now. If it was your first time in a Heavy Metal May stream, it was lovely to meet all of you. My name is May. I stream 4 nights a week, and I also release music on YouTube. You can check out my Discord server if you liked the vibe in the chat today. You'll probably like the vibe in the Discord as well. I do my best to be as talkative there as much as I can. Rest Never says, thanks for the stream as always, beautiful mind. Thank you. I'm glad that you had a nice time with me here, and it was lovely to meet all. Oh! It was lovely to meet all of you new folks. I also release covers and original music on my YouTube. My first original song is called Deliverance. Please do consider checking it out. Or you could check out any of the various covers on my channel.
Well, guess who's coming for your fucking kneecaps, baby?
Me!
That's right. I will come for your kneecaps the moment you're not looking. I'm also an official partner of AdvancedGG. You could use the code PRAY for 10% off of any of their lovely, yummy flavors, including my silly little waifu cup. Nem says, I'm glad I found a streamer as entertaining, as eccentric as you. Thank you, Nem. I truly do try my absolute best. Brainrot also just sent through my UwU Market link. The campaign ends in 2 hours, but it is now fully funded thanks to all of you. I appreciate you very much for buying my silly little merchandise when I have it, and I appreciate you all very much. Also, he sent through my merch store. I also run a regular fourth wall merch store with just designs that I can do in Canva. So the stuff on UwU Market is a lot better than the stuff you'll see on my fourth wall. But I also give away stuff for free on my fourth wall all the time. So come back to random streams every now and then. I give away things I pay for in full. So maybe next time we hang out, you'll get a little something for being here. I also have a throne if you're interested in contributing to me in other ways besides subscribing and following. And I appreciate you so very, very, very much. I have some other social medias like TikTok, Twitter, YouTube Shorts, stuff like that. I would love to see you there as well. He's also sending through some raid messages. Once more, I'll be sending you guys out to Jake Dayseeker VTuber. He is absolutely fantastic. He is another metal vocalist VTuber and a good friend of mine. I love him very much. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for letting me leave pretty quickly today. It is Mother's Day. I gotta go hang out with my mom for dinner. But thank you all for being here. If you were here for 30 seconds or the full 2-hour stream, I hope that you guys had an absolutely fantastic time with me. If you were new today, it was positively wonderful to meet you, and I appreciate the time that you spent with me so much.
Bye! See you later! I love you all so much!
Bye! See you later! I love you all, and I appreciate you for hanging out with me. And bye, I love you so much, and I'll see you soon, and I love you very much, and I hope that you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you again on Tuesday, but not Thursday because I'm getting a tattoo, but I'll post my stream schedule tomorrow, so you'll know what my plan is very soon, but bye!